Naima, I think you work too hard. Why ah?
Because I was in a bad situation back then, so I don't want to be in that situation again.
Naima, why stop?
Do you see that girl? I think she should study rather than doing that job.
Yeah, I think so too. Because she's too young, right?
I feel pity to her. I remember when I was young, I didn't have money to further my studies.
Mom, I got an offer to IIM.
Oh, congratulations.
I'm so excited.
But I don't have the money to send there.
Oh, it's okay then. I should reject the offer.
WAQF?
WAQF or endowment is a long-standing Islamic tradition. It refers to the dedication of some valuable goods, land, a building, or even money, such that it no longer belongs to anybody and cannot be bought or sold. The profit, which are then generated from this endowment, are given away as charity. The WAQF giver, Al-Waqif. The WAQF donors must be the person who owns the property and donates it usufruct to the public, someone who is free, mature, sane or fully responsible, sincere and legally entitled to the wealth when declaring the WAQF. Required to be a living Muslim. The wealth endowed. The wealth declared must be physically tangible. WAQF is permanent and a clause about its objective should be clearly written, and the property when used must be governed by Islamic law and must be a valuable property which is independent. Third, the recipient of the endowment. First, it can be specific recipient, whether one person or more. The unsigned can be an entity such as the poor, mujahideen, mosques, hospital, schools preparing the dead for burial and Quran. The beneficiary party should meet 3 conditions. First, to be competent for ownership, whether being assigned or unassigned. Second, should be for a good deed, not for sinful purposes. Third, WAQF for dhimmis are allowed, but not for their worshipping places. WAQF may be granted for non-Muslims that are not in war status against Muslims. Fourth, the legal statement of the endowment. Akad is compulsory. Sigah should not be time-specific or conditional. Akad statement is of 2 types. First, explicit statement, a clear statement that entails one exact meaning only. Second, implicit statement, statements that have more than one meanings.
WAQF is applicable in many areas, and one of them is in education. So what actually can WAQF in education do? Let's check it out. WAQF assets or cash can be used to build and develop universities. For example, University Al-Azhar in Egypt. Next, WAQF can be used to build hostels for students who stay far away from the campus for them to reside in. This can reduce their cost of living and also reduce the accommodation fee throughout the duration of study. WAQF can also be used as an alternative source of funding for universities. For example, Harvard University, one of the top-ranked universities in the world, has a strong financial situation backing its success, and one of these sources is endowment. The WAQF can also be used to subsidize the university's operational and administrative costs, which include the salaries of lecturers, clerks, workers, and others. This can help reduce the service fee to operate the university, thus reducing the financial burden on students. Now, how can you help to make a WAQF in education? First of all, you can buy a share in WAQF. Your initial donation is invested and only the returns is used to implement new projects which will bring long-term benefits to the university and students. For example, subscribing to the online databases for students to do their research. Secondly, you can donate donate to Sadaqah Jariyah. Your donation will be preserved through investment, and its returns will constantly be used to finance the university's operational cost. Lastly, orphan endowment. You can always choose to make a WAQF to finance an orphan's education.
I think WAQF should be more widely spread because people didn't really know what is WAQF education. People was like, WAQF graveyard, WAQF mosque.
I agree with you because I think WAQF in education really play an important role to ensure that needy people like that girl can further their studies, right?
Yes.